Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to Toy Amigos YouTube channel. This is Cheney180. Today we're going to be taking a look at the House of X Powers of 10 Marvel Legends Omega Sentinel. And man, I was excited when they announced this. We've never had a figure of, in Legends of Omega Sentinel before. And, they threw in a couple extras here to give us a couple different versions, so that was pretty cool. We've got all new sculpt here, which is pretty cool. I've got a couple gripes. There's a couple things that really do bug me, but let's go ahead and take a look at the paint apps and the overall sculpt, and then we'll move right along. So as you can see, the head sculpt looks really nice. It's got kind of a mad look to her, or upset look to her, if you will, for the bald head. And you can see this is even like sculpted in and textured here, so that's pretty cool. You've got decent sculpt work along the arms there. Minimal paint. I think, I know they like to go with this plastic, but it's such a dull plastic there. I mean, you've got a lot of white. Looks like they used very little red and black there and kind of, just went with it. One other thing I wanted to mention is I had to heat up these ankles. These ankles were scarily stiff, and I had to heat them up so that I could get them to rotate. Yeah, this one even, like, it felt like it was almost gummy, and I didn't want to keep pushing it because I didn't want to take the ankle off. So let's go ahead and check out these accessories real quick here, and then we'll move right along. Or actually, let's continue to look at the back here of the sculpt and all the paint work and everything. You get some cool little lines here. I think right here I got some slop going on. They didn't finish the job there. Everything lines up pretty good though, unlike my Magneto where this leg didn't line up. But yeah, everything's looking pretty nice. And then we have the information on the bottom, which is really cool. So let's go ahead and take a look at these accessories real quick. We get this other head sculpt, and this is what I remember the character from, except I believe, if I'm not mistaken, her hair is supposed to be black and not brown. I think I'm pretty certain on that. But this is from, I want to say, around the Second Coming storyline in X-Men, and that's what I remember her from mostly. And then you get these cool arm cannons here that you can pop the lower arms off and just snap them on, and then you can have all kinds of fun shooting shenanigans here. So let's go ahead and pop that other one on here and take a look at it. As you can see, they look pretty cool. We've got like a little scope to look out on here. There's a little bit of paint work. Some more paint work would have been nice, but, we get what we get with these sometimes. So this one came out fairly nice, too. I wish there was a little bit of paint even in there. Maybe I'll go back in there and touch it up. So let me pop the arms back on, and we'll go ahead and take a look at articulation real quick here. So the head goes all the way up. No problems there. All the way down. Very little pivot there. You get left to right. All the way around. The arms go up. If you want to push it about that far, which is nice, because this shoulder piece kind of like skirts over, so it doesn't just stop right there. That would have been horrible. Arms go all the way around. You get a single hinge and a swivel at the arms, which isn't too bad. You get a fairly decent range of motion there, as you can see. Then you get a swivel and a hinge at the wrist. Now you get one open hand here, and you get one fist. I know we got cannons and heads, but it would have been cool to get two fists, two open hands possibly, but, I'm just always wanting more. So the ab crunch goes about that far. Goes back about that far. You do get some pivot and wiggle around room there. You do get a little bit of gapping here, which is unfortunate. I that part of me wants to go in and try and, mod this so she can bend forward a little bit more and get that crunch a little bit more, but we'll see. Now, here's my big problem. I don't like it when they do this at all. Um, when you kick the leg out, it goes out to the left because it is not the normal T shape. It's the Y shape there for the barbell and the hips. But the legs come out about that far. They go forward, but they kick to the side because of the way it's made there. So that's really unfortunate because if you want to get, into those like crouching poses, you're going to break up all this paintwork here. You can, things can still, you can still make it work, but it just would have been nice to get, what we're used to, I guess. So you get a thigh swivel right here, double hinged knee, no ankle rotation there. You get a hinge and a pivot there at the ankles. And like I said, these things are scary because they seem soft, but then they seem soft and then just, I don't know, man. Like this one, I don't even want to move it because I'm scared it might break or it might, twirl off or whatnot. So let's go ahead and pop on this other head here so we can take a look at how that looks on there and get a kind of a gauge for articulation. So obviously you can look down, can't look up. You can look a little bit to left and right. Even with all this hair going on, you can still kind of do that. That's not too bad. That's cool. I'm going to definitely have to get another one of these so that I can, display it both ways. Because when she looked like this, I think she was helping the X-Men. And then in the newer House of X, Powers of 10, she was trying to defeat them or their, enemy. But let's take a look at this sculpt real quick. I like the way the hair looks. It's flowing. Unfortunately, we didn't get any paint for the hair ties up there. So that's unfortunate. That really could have looked nice. But we did get paint in there in the face and everything. And, that looks pretty cool. I don't have any problems with that. So that's awesome. And let's go ahead and take a look at some size comparisons here. Here we have Omega Sentinel and Nimrod, and that looks good. They, you get to see a lot of different panels with them together in the new House of X, Powers of X book, which looks really cool. And then here is Mystique, kind of your basic-esque Marvel Legends female body that, they've been using quite frequently. Just for a size comparison here, as you can see. And here she is next to Magneto and Wolverine. And then we have Charles Xavier. So it's a decent size. My only, major complaint would be those hips. As I had said, the only major complaint I have is these hips here. The paint can be fixed. We do get a lot with the figure, though, for the most part. For, $20, you get, extra gun effects. You get an extra head sculpt, which you can, use later on to double for different displays and whatnot. So that's really cool. The hips bug me. These ankles are scary. I wanted a little bit more paint here on, the guns and the arms and stuff. But overall, I do like the figure. I'm glad that we got it. It's going to go nicely with Nimrod and even, some of these HasLab Sentinels when they start dropping. So that's very exciting. If you like the book, obviously you're going to need this figure. And even if you like maybe some of the Second Coming stuff, you definitely will need it for, the other head and whatnot. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching. Feel free to hit like, leave us a comment, hit subscribe. Check out our podcast Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern. And then on Thursday night, we have a 2-hour show at 8 p.m. Pacific Time and 11 Eastern. With that being said, I'm Cheney180.